Welcome to the JCB Prize for Literature 2022. It is a rare thing to be able to excite a searching heart. For the JCB Prize for Literature, we asked publishers across India to send us their finest novels, and they did not disappoint. From this excellent selection, the jury chose the 10 books that moved them in ways they could not have imagined. All the longlisted books have a common denominator: a rich and varied story, language that surprises and delights. By creating new and engrossing realities, they took us back to when we were younger and just discovering the world. I'm proud that the JCB Prize heralds the fact that there are stories being born and expressed in the many languages of India. It has been a journey of learning and discovery to work with our jury members for this year. Our jury chair, Mr. Paneer Selvan, with his analytical and journalistic eye, helped us understand the nuances of every tale. Amitabha Bagchi is an extraordinarily sensitive reader, which makes him empathetic to storytelling in a remarkable manner. Devika, with her vast experience as a translator and an academic, brought a deep consciousness in understanding the complexities of each narrative. Janice Pariyat is an acclaimed fiction writer and a dreamer. Her poetic responses to each story only sought to enhance their literary potential and sparkle. Rakhi Balaram critiqued the books with her keen sense of the aesthetic, and the way she observed the play between storytelling and art helped us to go many steps further in understanding the finer notes. The jury read and reread and discussed the books over and over before finalizing this year's longlist. These 10 incredible books have a courageous playfulness of seeking their way from between the shadows of the past and the realities of the present. They are books that make a deep impression with powerful expression and singular energy. Over to Mr. Paneer Selvan, our chair, and members of the jury to announce the longlist for the JCB Prize for Literature 2022.
The selection process of the JCB Prize is an exciting experience because it gives an insight into what is happening in Indian literature. The nuances which each language brings into this rich tapestry is a wonderful experience. Two books about which I'm going to talk, which have entered the long list, are one is Iman and another one is Crimson Spring. Iman is a novel dealing with the lives of the people living in the margins of Indian society. When we actually write about people living in the margins, we tend to be voyeuristic. But this novel looks at their lives with enormous empathy, and that empathy gives it a poignancy. And the poignancy is the one which brought the book into the long list. Crimson Spring is in the long list because it not only deals with the 1919 tragedy of the Jallianwala Bagh massacre, but it also brings into life the rural Punjab in the turn of the century. So it gives us an idea of the political economy which shaped our politics. Since this entire resistance between the ruled and the ruler has been documented with a human face, and it's not just a textbook of tragedy, this novel is in the long list.
Gitanjali Shree's Tomb of Sand is an astonishing achievement. It's wild, unruly, one of those truly unwieldy texts that challenge all our notions of what a novel should be, of what a novel can be. It's terrifically witty, terrifically irreverent, and yet offers us tenderness and great psychological insight. Not only does it transport us to a community within the hills of Nagaland, their lives and loves and livelihoods, but Spirit Nights also harnesses magnificently the power of oral storytelling. We believe this is a truly important book.
Wally by Sheila Tommy, translated by Jayashree Kalathan, makes the best use of nostalgic narration to memorialize a place in Kerala, Wayanad, which is being threatened by ecological destruction. The jury was captivated by Sheila's wonderful description of the wild beauty of Wayanad, and we are sure that the place will last forever in her book through these descriptions. Anis Saleem's title, The Odd Book of Baby Names, proved to us that it is possible to produce a criticism of decaying feudal order presided over by Muslim authorities without resorting to any of the othering devices so common these days. This is actually not a mean achievement at all in our times. The book was also much appreciated for the spare and economical use of language, which was funny and sad in the same measure.
Khalid Jawad's The Paradise of Food, translated by Baran Faruqi, provides a reading experience like no other. Dark, delicious, and scathing, it is a brutal and mesmerizing account of the contemporary body, home, and nation told through the food and kitchen. Escaping the Land by Mamang is an absolutely remarkable, lyrical, and intricately crafted look at life in Arunachal Pradesh. The characters and the descriptions in this book will stay with you for a long time.
Song of the Soil by Chuden Kabimu, translated from Nepali by Ajit Baral. A boy comes of age in the middle of a revolution in this wonderfully written book that seeks out and finds poetry in the middle of the brutality and disappointments of the Gorkhaland movement. Rohzin by Rehman Abbas, translated from Urdu by Sabika Abbas Naqvi. Love, sex and death are themes that Mumbai knows well, but this novel revisits them in a way that reminds one of famous movies set in the metropolis while being distinctive and fresh. The fantastic and the mundane walk shoulder to shoulder on Muhammad Ali Road in this cerebral but readable work.
5 years and 50 books later, our excitement in discovering the greatest novels that India has to offer remains the same. The long-listed books are available at bookstores near you and online. We hope you'll pick them up and discover new worlds like each of us have. Thank you for joining us today.